I told him to send me the address, and we would try to find it ourselves.
Were you already in Queens driving around on your own?
Yes,
How did you know your way around at that point?
I had been riding around for so long that all I did was follow directions.
Who was in the car with you riding around?
It was me, eBay, Barry Broughton, and Smiley.
Who was driving?
I was driving.
Did you have guns with you?
Yes,
How did you know that?
because I provided the guns.
How did you know what Big Nose? Who you were looking for when you were looking for Big Nose Troy?
Because I had a discussion already about him having a brand new green truck or something.
Any other description of him?
Yes, that he had an extremely big nose.
How about physically? Anything else?
He was tall, slim of build.
So, what did you do after Supreme McGriff texted you or paged you about seeing people in the club?
I found the club,
Who gave you directions?
Supreme.
And what happened when you got to the club?
I spotted the truck that I was being told about. It was a new truck, a new model, so it stood out. So, I rode by it.
Let me stop you for 1 second. About when in the course of the night was this?
It was late. It was late. It was maybe anywhere between, I want to say, 11:30 and 2 o'clock in the morning.
You were looking for a club. Do you remember what kind of club you were looking for?
No, I can't recall.
And you pulled up. Do you remember what the neighborhood was like that you pulled up to?
It was a two-way street. It was kind of dark on one side of the street. On the other side, it was lit up. I seen the club. A lot of people standing out in front.
So, what did you do when you saw the truck?
I was on the side of the club, and the truck was on the other side. I rode past the club, looked, watched the truck, busted a U-turn, and sat behind it. Maybe 3 cars behind it.
What made you think that that was the right truck?
Because it stood out from the description of the truck that I was given. I didn't see any other truck that color. It was green. I think it was green.
Were the shooters still in the car with you at this point?
Yes,
Including eBay?
yes.
What happened when you parked a few car lengths behind the green truck?
We just waited to see who was going to go to the truck.
What did you see or hear?
I heard the car start up.
The engine actually started?
The engine of the green truck actually started up. I was trying to figure out how the guy got past us, because we didn't see anybody.
What did you see happen at that point?
Then I seen a guy that looked like he fit the description with the big nose, slim. He was walking towards the car. He was turned towards the direction of the club. And he said, "Do you all know anything about this?"
Where was he walking from?
He was walking from the club side to the other side of the street.
You were on the same side of the street as the truck?
Yes, sitting behind it, maybe 2, 3 cars behind it.
What did you see after you heard him? You heard Troy say what he said?
I saw him walk across the street in the middle of the car. I told them, "That's him." I told the shooters that that was him. I was almost positive that was him. I was not sure, but I was almost positive.
Let me ask you this. At the point that you told the shooters that you said you weren't positive,
I wasn't positive.
you didn't have a photograph, did you?
No,
Did you make any other effort to confirm that this was the right person?
no.
So, go ahead.
I told them to shoot him. eBay got out the car first.
Who got out of the car first?
eBay.
Where did eBay walk? Let me ask. Do you recall sitting here where everybody was seated in the car at this point?
eBay was sitting in the passenger's side,
In the front with you?
in the front with me.
So,
Broughton was sitting behind me, and Smiley was sitting on the right-hand side, I think, if I can recall correctly.
eBay, you said, got out of the car first?
Yes. He was in the passenger's side next to me.
What happened after that?
They approached the guy that was walking in the middle of the street, who we believed to be Troy, which turned out to be him, and eBay shot him in his head.
So, you said that eBay had got out of the car first. Did the other shooters get out of the car at that point?
It was all around the same time. They was all getting out at the same time.
You said that your car was parked. Was it next to the curb? Was it parallel parked?
It was not next to the curb. It was a little further out into the street.
Which direction compared to where your car was did the shooters go?
Directly towards the guy. eBay came this way.
Did eBay cross the front of your car to get to where the victim was?
I can't recall if he crossed the front. I don't think he crossed the front.
So where was the victim when eBay shot him in the head?
In the middle of the street.
And you said that. Who did you see shoot first?
eBay.
Did you see anybody else shoot?
Broughton shot him right after eBay.
Can I ask you, what did Troy do when eBay shot him?
He fell.
On the street?
Yes.
And then what did eBay do after shooting? Do you remember how many times he shot? eBay?
No.
Do you remember what eBay did after he fired the shots?
Started walking towards the car that I was in?
You said that you saw Broughton shoot?
Yes.
What did you see? Where did you see Broughton shoot?
Just in a downward motion. I couldn't see clearly where he hit him at.
And then what did you see after that?
I seen Smiley shoot him too, like almost as an afterthought.
And where did the shooters go at that point?
They got back in the car with me.
Where did you go?
I pulled off. I drove around the body, and I waited at the light.
What did you do after you got to the light? At the light?
I was trying to calm Smiley and Broughton. Calm them down. They was in the back screaming at each other. Broughton was mad that Smiley actually wasted the gun.
What do you mean by that?
He felt like the guy was already dead. Why did he shoot him to waste the gun?
What do you mean by waste the gun?
Broughton is a little gun fanatic.
What does shooting with someone with the gun do to waste it?
You have to get rid of it.
Because it can be traced. Is that what you were saying?
Yes.
So you tried to calm them down, and then where did you go?
I made a left turn, and I started driving. I asked eBay. I was going to drop him off first. He had to give me directions to get to where he was going.
Where did eBay want to go?
To Brooklyn.
What did you do?
I just followed directions and just drove with him.
You drove with him where?
From what I guess was Brooklyn.
So you followed eBay's directions somewhere?
I just followed his directions to where he wanted to go.
Did you get to where eBay wanted to go?
Yes.
So what happened?
I asked him could he get rid of the guns for me.
What did he say?
He told me yes.
What did you do after that?
We gave him all the guns, and he got out of the car, and he gave us directions to get to Manhattan.
Did you go to Manhattan at that point?
Yes.
So what did you do when you got to Manhattan?
I dropped Broughton off and Smiley, and then I went home.
I'm not sure if you said this. You said that the car started before the victim was actually in it?
Yes.
Did you see how that happened?
No, I was confused. But I guess he had an automatic starter.
So after you and Alvin and Barry Broughton went back to Manhattan, what did you do?
I just dropped them off. Told them we would catch up later.
Did eventually you communicate with Supreme McGriff about what had happened?
Yes.
What was that communication?
I just told him it was done.
What happened after that?
We met up later.
And how much later did you meet with him?
Maybe a few days. Not long.
What happened during that meeting?
He paid me.
How much?
$25,000.
Cash?
Yes.
So what did you do with that money?
I paid the individuals. I paid all the shooters.
How much did you pay them?
I gave them all $5,000.
Did you pay eBay?
Yes.
Do you remember paying him?
Yes. I remember paying him, pretty much. It was all a blur.
You don't remember the details?
I don't remember the details to all of it.
After the Troy Singleton murder, did you continue to look for additional people?
Yes. We looked for homicide for a small while.
This is after Big Nose Troy was killed in 2001?
Yes.
And where were you being told to look for homicide?
Around the same area. It was in Queens. I remember going to his grandmother's house somewhere in Queens looking for him.
Did you find him?
No,
You mentioned someone else that McGriff had told you to. He wanted to kill?
Green Eye Born.
Did you ever look for Green Eye Born?
Actually, he was at that club the day that we killed Big Nose Troy. He was actually there. I didn't know that, though.
But did you actually look for him to kill him?
We never really looked for him.
And did you eventually stop looking for these people?
Yes.
So what caused you to stop?
Supreme got locked up.
Now, after the murder of Troy Singleton, did you become friendly with eBay?
Yes, pretty much. Not really friends, but
Did you see him in Harlem?
now and then. Now and again.
When were you arrested again? Can you remind the jury when you were arrested for all this?
Around 2006, January 20th.
So, what did you do for the approximately 4 years and change between 2001 and 2006?
Just sell drugs.
What level of drugs were you selling?
Keys of cocaine.
And what were the circumstances of your arrest? Were you arrested by federal authorities?
Yes, I think. Yes.
Did they arrest you at your house?
Yes. Coming to my house.
Do you recall meeting with what's called pretrial services?
Pretrial services?
After you were arrested,
Yes.
it's where you had to talk about your income and your employment.
Yes.
Do you remember whether or not you told the pretrial services the truth about what you were doing for money?
Probably not. I don't recall.
After you were arrested on the federal charges, did you eventually decided to cooperate? Is that right?
Yes.
So I'm going to show you now what's been marked as Government's Exhibit 74 for identification.
It is a cooperation agreement?
Yes.
I suspect there's no objection, so that will be in evidence at this time.
Okay, I'm also going to show you what's been marked. First of all, do you recall the date that Troy Singleton was murdered?
No.
I'm going to show you what's been marked as 3500-EM-3 for identification.
Take a look at that. Does that jog your recollection?
Yes.
What date is it?
When was it?
October
What year?
2001.
I'm going to show you now what's been marked for identification. I'll just show you the first page. As Government's Exhibit 8019. Do you recognize that?
Yes.
What is that?
Text messages.
And they are text messages over what?
Two-way pages.
Whose two-way pager?
Mine.
Have you seen this before, this record?
Yes.
So when was the last time you saw it?
Been a while. My first trial.
Was it around 2006?
Yes.
So I'm going to just show you page 31 of this document. First of all, I'm just going to show you from July 8th of 2001, page 3. I would move at this point Government's Exhibit 8019 into evidence.
Any objection to this? Hearing none. 8019 in evidence.
So, if we could just start with page 3, and I'm going to direct your attention to an entry labeled, I'll give the military time, 2150-49. Do you recognize what that entry is that says Murder, Inc. in it?
Yes.
So what's that?
You want me to read it?
No, who is Murder, Inc.? Do you know who is sending that message?
Yes. Supreme. McGriff.
Can you read the message?
Murder, Inc. is 4 dogs. We gonna turn it up.
What did that mean to you? 4 dogs? We going to turn it up.
We was going to be searching harder.
And then the next entry says, reply from Manny is all right. Around what time you want us to head out? Who is Manny?
Me.
And what is it that you were communicating to McGriff at that point?
The time I was going to come out and start looking around.
I'm going to continue on this page on July 10th at 1336. So that would be the next day. And it has an entry from Murder, Inc. is whenever you can start heading this way, it's good. Do you understand what that meant?
Yes. Whatever time I was ready to come out, it would be a good time. Right now.
Head out to where?
To Queens.
Next, I'm going to go to page 4, and I'm going to look at July 15th at 12:40 p.m. And for that entry, Murder, Inc., which is Supreme, says what? You can read it.
There's nothing yet. Everything good. When do you return?
Your reply is what?
Is, calm down before I do something to you. I went out of town.
Do you know what that discussion was about?
No, I don't recall.
I'm going to skip ahead now to October 17th of 2001, which is on page.
Before you do that, my apologies. It's getting close to lunchtime. Give me a sense of how much more direct you have.
This would be a good time.
What do you anticipate?
Probably 15 or 20 minutes.
So then, let's break for lunch now. I'm going to give you folks a little extra time today. I have some business I have to take care of. Come back 2:30 promptly, and we'll complete the direct examination, and we'll have the cross-examination. Okay. The jury is out of the courtroom, 2:30. All right, Mr. Amatruda, you may continue with your completion of your direct examination.
Thank you, Your Honor. Just to clarify from your testimony from this morning, Mr. Mosley, who was involved in the shooting of E-Moneybags?
Barry Broughton, Les, Smiley, and TJ.
Okay. And when you drove to the murder of Big Nose Troy, which was in time the second murder, correct?
Correct.
And when you drove, what kind of car did you drive?
PT Cruiser.
Do you recall the color of that car?
Brownish gold color.
And for the murder of Troy, do you remember what kind of guns were used by any chance?
Just handguns, 9mm and stuff.
Okay. And do you know where did you guys get those guns from?
From Supreme.
From the time that McGriff Supreme first approached you to when Troy was murdered in October of 2001, do you know about how much time elapsed?
Repeat the question, please.
Okay. How much time elapsed between when McGriff first approached you in Mars 2112 and the murder of Troy in October of 2001? Do you know?
Maybe a year or so, or more.
Okay, and when Supreme asked you to murder someone named Homicide, that was in 2001, correct? After Troy? Money Troy?
Yes.
Okay. When you asked eBay first to participate in the murder of Troy, when you first hired him, do you remember where you had that conversation?
No.
Do you remember whether you had it in person or whether it was over the phone?
I had it in person.
And lastly, aside from money and participating in these murders, did you have any other reasons, your own reasons, for wanting to do this for Supreme?
Yes.
What was that?
I was offered a job of sorts.
What kind of job?
He told me that he was going to be working with Murder, Inc., and that Irv Gotti was going to be the president of Murder, Inc., and I would be able to get an A&R deal with him.
So next what I'd like to do is go to On Government 8019, page 34 of that exhibit, sorry. Actually, I'm going to skip to page 35, and I'm going to point out to you about on October 28th of 2001, at approximately 0 hours, it states from Murder, Inc. We'll wrap up around 3 o'clock, then start tomorrow. And then I'm going to go down to October 28th at approximately 1:13 a.m. It says, we over here at Doobie's Palace. It's real thick. This dog, do you know who that was from?
The first one or the second one?
The second one.
The second one is from me.
Okay. What is it that you were communicating at that point?
About that, we was in front of a club.
Okay. And what does thick mean?
Lot of people was around.
Okay. Next, I'm going to go down to October 28th at 1:15:36 hours, it states. Reply from Murder, Inc. You might want to check the sports bar, a lot of bitch. Did you have an understanding of what that meant?
Yeah, that was around the club, the sports bar. That was the sports bar that we went to.
The sports bar you went to murder Troy?
To find Troy?
Do you know whether that was the same night Troy was murdered?
I don't know. We use the word bitch a lot.
Okay. So, and then last on October 28th at 1:25:11 reply from Manny, it states, is how about around?
Yes.
And what were you doing there?
That was around the time when we killed Troy because I was looking for How About.
Okay. And then October 28th at 1:25:53, it states Murder, Inc. From Doobie's Go to Liberty, take left, go all the way to. And what is that?
He was giving me directions to the sports bar.
So next I want to go back a few days to October 17th of 2001. And I'm looking at page 30 of the exhibit at the bottom. And on October 17th, it says, what does it say? Can you read that for me, where I'm pointing the last line at 12:08:48?
Yo, this is eBay. My telephone number for you to get in contact with me is...
And then on, just one more, October 22nd of 2001 at 9:41 a.m. And I'm pointing there. Can you read that one?
This is eBay. You can get in contact with me at 212-283-2399.
All right. And then on, so you had indicated that when you were getting directions to go kill Troy, it was October 28th in the early hours of the day, correct?
Yes.
From the records here, I'm going to ask you to look at October 27th, then at approximately 5:04 p.m. What does it state there?
Yo, this is eBay. I'm standing by the park on 150th.
Okay. Do you remember what was going on then?
Yeah, that's the block I used to be on in Harlem.
Okay.
And I was meeting eBay there to pick him up.
To do what?
To go out and start searching.
Next, I'd like to show you on page 39 of the exhibit. Now, this is... Oh, actually, let me just do one other thing on October 28th. October 28th, now it's the next day at 4:52 p.m., and it says reply from Murder, Inc., anywhere downtown. I'm by 28th. Now just hit me. Do you know what that refers to?
Yes, that's when I was going to get the money.
Who are you going to get the money from?
From McGriff.
From Supreme?
Yeah, I'm going to meet up with him.
Okay. And in fact, further down that day, on October 28th, at approximately 17:31:02 hours. Are there additional directions there?
It's next door to YMCA. It's called Pita Hut, P-I-T-A.
Next, go to page 39 of the exhibit, and I'm going to refer to November 4th, 2001, 17:21:23 hours. This would be after the murder, and it says what?
This is eBay. Give me a holler as soon as you get a chance.
And what number is provided there?
91768270026.
Now I'm going to refer back to page 37 on November 2nd of 2001 at approximately 13:55:08 hours, and I'll just ask you to read that.
This is Cyrus. Give me a holler at 91768270026.
And is that in fact the same telephone number that you just read on November 4th of 2001 at 17:21:23 hours?
Yes.
Next, I'm going to refer you to page 41 of the exhibit on November 13th of 2001 at 14:36 hours. And if you could just.
This is eBay. Give me a holler when you get a chance at 91768270026.
And then November 13th, 2001, 16:44:06, and you refer to?
This is Cyrus. Could you hit me back at my cell phone number as soon as you can?
Okay. And then lastly, page on the same page, November 1st, 2001, 17:27:28. Could you read that?
I'm standing on corner your block in the park. This is Cyrus. Hit me.
And just with these pagers, your pager that you were using at the time, how did it actually work?
What do you mean?
Well, how did you actually send these messages to people?
You type in it and you press send.
It has a keyboard. You type it, you press send?
Yeah.
I don't have any other questions, thank you.